What's
Okay.
your degree in?
Owning atheists. I got a doctorate in it.
That was the best own I think I've ever seen.
Can trust me with the evidence. I stand on every line. If the book says it, I say it every time, every time. God made it.
TT, what's up, brother?
Not much. How are you?
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there.
Glad to hear it. Love the hat.
Thanks, sir. What you got?
Oh, nothing. I just typed it in the comments. I find these conversations comical. No one's helping anybody. You believe in a religion. There's 3,000 documented religions, and you believe in one. I believe in one less. And I don't understand how any of this helps anyone.
Oh, you
Are we
don't.
converting people?
Do you believe in? Yeah, a couple. I've had a couple. Do you believe in evolution?
I do.
Well, I thought you said you didn't believe in a religion.
No, I believe in evolution. It's what I wrote in the comments, right? Human beings around for at least 100,000 years, maybe 250,000, depending on what you study. And then what we're going to do, because I was a Christian for 55 years, is we're going to say, well, God stood by for 97,000 years and watched people die in their 20s and then stepped in.
Where are you getting that they're 100 and some
2,000 years
thousand
ago.
years old? Yeah, where are you getting the age?
Of human beings on this planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to Google it right now and pull up the source?
So you're getting it from Google?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's so you can get it. One of your methods will be like mitochondrial Eve that we have. There's two different ways you can.
Quarter of a million.
There's two different ways that you can test mitochondrial Eve as far as to get the ages, right?
Okay.
Because we can look at mutation rates. So one of them is called substitution calculations, and every person on the planet today can trace their mitochondrial DNA to a single woman in Africa. It's called mitochondrial Eve. Every person alive today traces back to this one woman. It's kind of interesting. That's literally what the Bible predicts. Now, the substitution calculations, when they look at the mitochondrial DNA, they look at how many mutations are in it, and then they calculate backwards at a known mutation rate. Substitution calculations, however, don't use a known rate, they use an inferred rate. In other words, they look at something within the mitochondrial DNA and they say, well, we assume that this took it started off as a mutation, it took 10,000 years to become fixed within the mitochondrial DNA, and therefore we got to add 10,000 years to this. And then you have what they call pedigree calculations. And that's actually testable and observable. They actually done this test on tens of thousands of individuals so far to get this rate. So my point is this. The great ages that you're getting for human civilization comes off, or humans going back hundreds of thousands of years, goes off of substitution calculations. When you actually do real science, which is testable and observable, would you guess how long it goes back to?
No, I'll wait.
About 6,000 years, which is exactly what the Bible says. So which one should we go with? Should we go with the inferred calculations that's not testable and observable? Or should we go with the known testable and observable rate?
Don't know.
You don't know? Yeah, see, now if you can, this is why I say if you continue to go with the substitution calculations, that's not part of science, that's a religion. You're taking it by faith that you just want these things to be millions of years old. So when you say you didn't have a religion, if you continue to go with the substitution calculations, then you have a religious viewpoint, sir.
Okay. So let me ask you a quick question. If you were
Sure.
born in India, do you think you'd be a Christian?
It's a good question. I mean, it's a good possibility, but how would I know? I know
Well,
that
there's
when I was...
actually zero possibility you'd be a Hindu, right?
That's
And
not true.
If you're born
It's
in
it's
China,
not zero possibility.
okay, there's a 1% possibility you'd be a Christian. If you're born in China, what do you think you'd be?
Probably
Buddhist.
Buddhist or something, yeah.
Yeah. So you know whether you want to walk back the years and whether we want to debate 6,000 years. By the way, there's an insane person on this planet that would say that humans have only been around for 6,000 years, but I'll give you that. I really will.
I don't
really
need
will.
you. I don't need you to give it to me. That's science, and me.
Okay.
You can say I'll give it to you because you don't have a refutation. How about you just bring the refutation if you have that instead of pretending like you're going to give me something when I'm not the one getting owned up here, hero.
Here's Well, you don't have to get nasty, dude. Here's
I'm
the
not.
deal.
Hold on,
So
brother.
if
I'm
you
not. I'm
if
not
you
getting
if you
nasty,
type it in,
man.
if you type in human existence into an AI model right now, or you type it into Google, you think it's going to show 6,000 years that human beings
Does
have
that
been
make
around?
it? That's an argument from majority or authority. Does that make it true? Is Google now the arbiter of truth?
Well, what is the arbiter of truth? The internet doesn't work
We
for
can.
truth. AI
No,
doesn't
we
work
can
for
go with
truth.
science though.
Doesn't
So
work for truth.
okay, so let me get this straight. So
Carbon
all of
doesn't work
science
for
at one
truth.
point. I'm the only one that's actually brought science so far. You haven't. You've brought Google. I've brought science. You've brought Google. So even if I was to go with your contention, in that case, when all of the scientists at one point thought the Earth was flat, that made it flat by your contention, right? Because
No one
you'd be
thinks the
going
Earth's
arguing
flat.
everybody
No one thinks
can't
the
be
Earth's
wrong.
No one
You're
thinks
not,
there's
I don't think you heard the argument. I'll say it again. Please listen. I know they don't think it today, but at one point in history, the majority of the scientific field thought the earth was flat. That didn't make it true just because they thought that. But your contention, if you lived back then, would be, look at these stupid round earthers, man. They're running around saying they're going against everybody and everybody can't be wrong. That's called a majority fallacy, right? It's an argument from majority. It's a fallacy. Even if everybody through all of history believed it, that doesn't make it true. That's why I like to actually contend with real arguments and not just say things like Google agrees with me. Right?
Well, if you don't believe in AI and you don't believe in Googling data that pulls in meta-analysis, then I don't have anything to say to you at this point.
You haven't said anything to me at this point. Why don't you bring some argument?
There's 79 people that are on this thing, and I guess I could switch off this and Google it or AI
Why don't
right
you-
now. But
Why don't
if
you
think
just
that
bring
human
an
beings have
argument? Bring an argument. You're not bringing anything other than I can Google this, bro. I'm not trying to be mean or disrespectful to you. You claim I'm being mean when you come in condescending, right? And then I give you the same energy, and now I'm being mean.
When
How
was I
about you
condescending?
just bring an argument? Bring me an argument.
Okay, here's the argument. The flood was real. Prove it.
Hydrologic sorting, polystrata fossils, dinosaur boneyards, DNA fragments, and soft tissue being found in dinosaurs. So you got the geologic column, right? You guys say that this is millions of years apart. We know how these form. It's literally called hydrologic sorting. This is all over the planet. These layers formed in water. Again, hydrologic sorting. There's no erosion marks in them. There's no animal marks in them like they lived there. So these formed all at one time. If you believe that these layers are millions of years apart, then I bring up
do.
polystrate fossils. Polystrate fossils go through all the layers, so they cannot be millions of years apart if you have a fossilized tree there.
Okay.
Then I can show you how dinosaur soft tissue and DNA fragments in dinosaurs unequivocally show that dinosaurs did not live 65 million years ago. Scientifically peer-reviewed paper literally says we know what the collagen degradation rates is, and we know what the DNA degradation rates is. Can't last millions of years.
What paper is it? I
Sure.
got my pen out right now. I'm going to write it down. I got to check it. What's
Sure,
the
no
paper?
problem.
Sure.
I'll pull it up. Hold on one second. Let me get to it.
I'm
Dinosaur
waiting.
DNA. Okay, I got to pull it up, brother. Give me a second.
I'm
The name
cool.
of the paper is called The Evidence of Proteins, Chromosome, and Chemical Markers of DNA in Exquisitely Preserved Dinosaur Cartilage 2020.
And how old was it?
How old was it?
Yeah. The cartilage.
Well,
thing. How old was it?
It can't be 65 million years old, so it's got to be, I would say, closer to, 4,500 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't actually give an age of what the estimate is, but the fact that they're finding DNA, and then you got to go, I can give you separate papers on the decay rates of DNA.
Okay.
Let me go to that. Hold on a second. You're gonna need two different papers here, because one of them just stating that they're finding DNA, but then that won't give you the years. So then you got to go to the half-life of DNA in bone, measuring decay kinetics in 158 dated fossils. This will give you the decay rate of DNA being 521 years. So that's the half-life of DNA. So
I got a question.
This one shows you the decay rate, and the other one shows you that they're finding it.
Hey, Creation, I'm going to let your other guests get into this. I just pulled up my iPad and I just
Sure.
typed in how long have humans been on the planet, and the first thing that came up says 300,000 years. 2.5 million years ago, the first species, our own genus, Homo, appeared and started walking upright. And 300,000 years ago, modern humans, Homo sapiens, evolved in
I
Africa.
appreciate it, brother.
I'm going to get you on your other guests, but I think they're having a tough time, man. And I appreciate.
Yeah, I'm having a real tough
degree
time.
you have.
I'm just debating
great
I'm debating
one.
Google right now. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, man. I do appreciate you coming.
How will you ever find an answer, Creation, if it comes out of your own head?
I don't just go. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a real quick example, and then I'll move on to the next guest.
Is it meta-analysis? Like of
Yeah.
data?
So let's find. Hold on. Let's find out. Hold on. Let's find out if. Do me a favor. What is the mechanism that gives soft tissue out to 65 million years?
I don't know. Like I said, I just typed
You got Google. You got Google. Let me debate Google. You got Google. What is the mechanism that gets the dinosaur soft tissue out to 65 million years?
That gets dinosaurs out to 65 million. Gotcha. Stand by.
While he looks for that,
I just Googled it, and it says
Hold on one
the
second.
mechanism that lets someone see dinosaurs from 65 million is, this isn't the right answer. It says the speed of light. Anyway, like I said, hey.
No, what's the
Creation,
mechanism
have a
that
good
gets?
night.
Hold on, you didn't understand the. Hold on.
Yep.
What's the mechanism that gets dinosaur soft tissue to last for 65 million years?
Oh, soft tissue. Got it. Let me type it in real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Soft tissue to 65 million years. Got it. Let's see what it says.
Yep.
What's
Okay.
your degree in?
Owning atheists. I got a doctorate in it.
Owning atheists. Okay. The primary scientific explanation of how molecular fragments go to 65 million years is iron catalyzed protein cross-linking combined with structural shielding
Okay,
inside
ask
dense
it.
materialized bone.
Ask it for a peer-reviewed scientific paper about the cross-linking.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something. I really want you to follow this. Ask it for the scientifically peer-reviewed paper about
dinosaurs?
that. Because they fit the flood model.
Okay.
I'm showing you that they could not have lived 65 million years ago. So you just Googled it. Google said iron cross-linking. Now ask it for the peer-reviewed scientific paper.
Iron meditated cross-linking seminal work led by Dr. Mary Schweitzer. Schweitzer et al. 2013 PMC.
Mary Schweitzer.
Yep.
Okay.
Schweitzer.
Can you go to the paper now? Click the link, or if it didn't, ask it to provide a link and go to the paper.
I clicked on the link.
Okay. What's the name of the paper?
A role for iron and oxygen chemistry and preserving
Read,
soft tissue cells and molecular.
Read the very first words of the abstract.
The persistence of original tissue and Mesozoic fossil bone is not explained by current chemical degradation models.
All right. Now I want you to look back at me.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's get this straight. You said Google. Google told you iron cross-linking is the mechanism that gets this out to 65 million years. When Google sent you to the paper said, uh-oh, this is not it. It doesn't fit current chemical degradation rates. It's almost like Google don't know what it's talking about, and you have to do your research. The paper literally states this is not the mechanism. This is why I have a doctorate in owning evolutionists.
And a GED. I appreciate you letting me into your thing, and I hope you realize how crazy you sound saying that you can't rely on AI. And
Get off my stage, dude.
All right.
Get off my stage. Get off my stage. Complete coward. I walked you through that whole thing just to show you that Google sent you to a place that is absolutely wrong, and you're just going to tell me how crazy I sound. Thank you for that.
Adrian, that was the best own I think I've ever seen. Google says, and when it didn't agree with him, he's like, I gotta go. And I hope you see how silly you are.